Who cares? About to drop like Shinnin', so be prepared. Don't act scared, eyes wider than Ric Flair. You smell like you fake, go stand over there. Where's my Dominican pound cake with the Haitian sprinkles? Some men sit down when they piss, they go tinkle. Supposed to be grown, but it sound like Rocky Bullwinkle. Mortal Kombat, whoopsie. I bought a bag of shit coins to chart with whoopsie.
What's going on, everybody? It's your host, the Crypto Wonder. Let's get right into it. Hope you're doing well as always. Now, we see so many things going on in the crypto space, right? Everybody who's here, DeFi and everything, because there's a difference between DeFi and everything outside of DeFi and crypto. All right. There's just constant advancement, constant new things coming out left and right, all kinds of stuff. Right? There's something that I find very interesting, right? People who used to support the specific DeFi project, you call it a project, to me, it doesn't matter. They used to support Hex, no longer support Hex by defaming, shaming the founder. They don't care for staking long term anymore. Everything has kind of, taken, all those things has pretty much taken a back seat and has been replaced with a deluge of distractions. People launching coins left and right. Those who used to tout RH, thank you RH, RH was right, have since jumped ship and have done other things. I don't know if it's because they've gotten super bored, they've gotten distracted, or they became broke. I don't know if they just, took their disdain for Richard and brought it to a whole new level. Have since, created other projects or supported other sacrifice projects and things of that nature. You have some people who not necessarily have jumped ship per se, but have, supported other things that, for example, may align with the RH ecosystem. And those who have done things like that, right, create a token that sort of aligns with the ecosystem and have not raised any funds or any crowdfunding sacrifice of any kind, this commentary is not really for them. It's not. This commentary is really about sacrifice projects that have presented what? The argument a lot of people say is, well, you're going to need a bunch of different things to be available so that everybody could find what they're looking for and be onboarded and everything is going to be kumbaya. But then you look at these sacrifices, a lot of them, you look at how they were launched. You look at the lack of experience and know-how compared to other successful things that have been done, even on the chain. And it tells you a lot. Now, people are going to say, wait, you're gatekeeping, right? People are going to easily try to insult, create, ad hominems to deflect from the truth of what's going on here. Because it's not about just gatekeeping. It's not about, not supporting those who want to build and et cetera, et cetera. It's about identifying things for what they are. Okay? A lot of these sacrifice projects have just, their performance, the service, the returns have been nothing less than like nothing, like just not stellar at all. It yielded it's just been a travesty, a travesty. Now you could say the market is low. Maybe, as far as bull market returns in full force, things can change. Okay, sure. Things can change for the better. Hope, you wish and blah, blah, blah. But when the argument on the other side is presented where the distractions have cost many more than they would like to understand and really even accept, because you've been distracted by chasing things that are promising you a dollar in a dream, are promising you riches beyond imagination and beyond compare. Okay? I'm looking at how all of a sudden, because this is really all of a sudden, and it's not new, but this style of marketing is extremely reminiscent of 2017, 2018. This project that just came out a little less than 2 months ago at the time of this recording is reminding me of a Big Connect style of project, where this project just seems like it's just too good to be true. And it's not that I'm hating, because it's just what it is. I've been around the block in life and definitely in this DeFi space, right? But when you're giving up your crypto with the hopes of making more crypto, that's a maximum risk that you're taking, right? So we have something here already that can help reduce the high risk levels, in a sense, where you get your information, you take your chances, yay or nay. You could do whatever you want. But when you're putting something, let's say, in a Titan X, that's showing you numbers, stuff that's just like is, and when I say too good to be true, I mean it's just too good to be true. You have to pay attention to that. You taking a chance. I'm not saying this is a scam, a rug. I'm not saying that people are gonna fleece, but thousands of other projects, thousands have come out. Some people may think I'm exaggerating when I say thousands, because a lot of people just don't know. They weren't here before, that much longer before Titan X, so they don't have anything to refer to or to compare to anything. They're just watching. If you put a certain number of Ethereum in a platform within a certain amount of time, let's say in a few months, several months later, your monies will multiply exponentially, and that's all they care about. Content creators out the yin yang right now are coming back with these thumbnails that you see in the bull market. Oh, all these, with the people showing their faces like in complete bewilderment, eyes wide open, mouths open, returns. Can it be? Is this real? Oh, 10,000x. But with Titan X, will Titan X be the winner? It's all this type of stuff, all this euphoria, all this stuff. This thing that's reminiscent of so many projects that have come and gone. Right? Right? It shows me that people really haven't learned from what's taken place before. People really don't respect history, in a sense. Again, like I say, I'm not saying that anything is going to go wrong. I don't even, when you look at these numbers that the thing is showing you, of course you're going to get excited if you see that if you invest $400 or $500 worth of Ethereum 9 months later or so, that $400 $500 is going to be equivalent to $10,000 bar, notwithstanding any changes that take place in market activity or whatever. When you see that, of course, you're going to be completely excited, for example. And that's not just all that the project is offering. As far as like just one strategy, there are multiple ways to see nothing but money on top of your money on top of your small amount of money. You see it multiplied exponentially with these platforms. This is reminiscent of back in the days with how many projects that presented Excel spreadsheets, that presented calculators, right? For you to dream. Oh, if you put this, how much, and play around, and all this moon math before moon math was even a talk. To play with your sensibilities from a person who created something who has no track record and no experience of anything remotely successful in crypto. And this is the chance you take because this is crypto. This is what it is. This is what it is. And when you see that, people are making money hand over fist every day, it's brand new, all this thing, it's new, it's, 50 days or however long it's just been out. And, whales are coming in, all these whales, this big buys taking place. You can group your plays by batch minting, you're mining a group of miners having multiplied earnings for you, however long you want, and years and years. And you watching these videos of people telling you how folks are staking for 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 days. This was not the talk before Hex. Was not the talk. All of a sudden it's now, everybody loves long term when you're dealing with some Titan X. Oh, they love long term. They love to talk about, oh, look at the long term. This is so healthy. What healthy? Are you in medicine? Is this nutrition? What healthy whatever you talking about to try to make yourself look good so that your audience could be excited and want to pour more money into this? What healthy? What do you know about healthy market activity and healthy anything? These are terms that people will say on YouTube talking about this project. They're excited because most of the market is just blah. And if you could find your way to make money, of course you're going to be excited. That's not something that's a bad thing normally. But we have to think long, like when you talk about long term, and then these games that people play. These games that people play when they tell you whales are coming in, and if whales are pouring money, what makes you think it's a scam? Well, like, you got to think. Again, I'm not saying this is, I'm telling you, I'm saying to you as a listener to use your better judgment. If whales are pouring money into a number one, they could possibly afford to do it, and they have a lot more a lot more of that, of money to pour, but they just risking whatever they're risking, and to somebody else it may seem huge, but they're gonna respect it because they got their money in the thing, man. They don't want to lose, just like anybody. No one wants to lose. Doesn't mean that you have something necessarily on the level or legit either. People are crazy. People are crazy. And then in less than 2 months after this thing launched, you're hearing, oh, well, get ready for a new thing that's being launched on top of this new project that, from a founder who you know nothing of, as far as any type of background, strong background in crypto. What trust has he built? What social capital has he? And that's whatever, the social capital stuff. But what has he created to show the world that he can be relied upon? Even though crypto is he's not supposed to trust anybody, right? But people are just going to take the chance because they just don't They can't help. They literally can't help themselves. They literally can't help themselves. Again, this thing is just shows you it's too good to be true. BitConnect and 1,000 other projects were too good to be true. The problem with this crypto stuff is, again, you have folks who sort of like going back to, well, let me continue this and then I'm gonna go back to my original thought that I started in the beginning of this recording. You just launched something and then you're gonna add some hyper thing to it. This thing didn't even prove its salt without hyper. I mean, it is, people are getting paid, but again, it's like the early bird gets the worm. Whoever gets in early will get the most, and everybody else is going to get the drips and drabs. And some will say, oh, well, difficulty rate goes up by the day. All these whatever operations and game theory that folks want to say to lend some type of validity to this thing. Okay. And if it's paying so well and it's doing what it's supposed to do, that alone should keep people interested in coming back. Why are you introducing something else at so soon in the game? To feed off of everyone's greed factor, right? Because everyone sees something, it just gets greedy. It's like the worst of a people comes out because this is all about money. Money brings the worst out of you. You start making money, you want to get more and more and more and more and more. And then you have something that's potentially feeding that craving that you have. You don't see anything else but that. You forget about everything that makes sense. Again, it's not about not making money or not liking to make money or not supportive and hating and fudding and all this weird stuff. It's about, listen, been there, done this 100,000 different times. Not me per se, but I could tell you, just me and my lonesome, I could name off 100 projects that have come and gone, that have done similar things, promise people a worldly, life-changing, generational wealth, this and that and this, passive income, blah, blah, blah. And no, hasn't worked out. What makes this going to be any different? Time will tell. Because the problem with crypto is keeping the attention of the people. Folks have the attention span of a mosquito. Very, very short. They have an attention span of an insect. It's whatever's happening right now, that's all that matters, and forget about tomorrow. And have that mentality multiply on a daily basis because, there's no long-term view of nothing. You so excited now. Are you going to hold on to that excitement 3,000 days later or 8,000, whatever, how many days later? You still look at this whole thing with 5555. You see how when reality hits and people really understand, when you invest in and you trying to lock things up for thousands of days, yeah, that's a long period. And in the meantime, what you going to do? And people are trying to find ways to do something better. There's something that created worldly opportunities, positive changes for thousands of people. They think they could do something better than Hex. And if you can, shout out to you. Show the world and let it be that. But a lot of times people create their own projects to satisfy their own ego. They launch their own coins to satisfy their own egos, not necessarily to outdo something. They may not like Richard at all. Like I said, a lot of people can't stand that man. They realize they can make a new coin. But if you're going against something that's supposed to be, that many believe is the best asset known to man, it's even better than Bitcoin, why are you going to create something else? You're going against the best? For what? To satisfy your own ego. They won't say that though. They'll tell you, for example, oh, we're launching this coin and it's an experiment, sacrifice, all these terms to avoid or to play with regulatory bodies, regulations, and all this stuff. They'll give you play these games and these tricks of the trade to act as if making money doesn't matter because it's all an experiment. This is an experiment. It's funny money. No, it's not. It's real. It's money. It's people using their money, to utilize whatever system that you created. And then you have these people who believed in Hex in the beginning who just switch sides. Not only did they switch sides and publicly and behind the scenes not believe in Hex anymore and even talk crap about the founder, they think it's okay to just dupe the people, and as if people won't really see what they're doing or understand the contradictions in their behavior and in their ways. It makes absolutely no sense. Folks that, were once supporters are now owners or founders of other projects or doing whatever, but you forgot what got you to where you are. You give it no credit because what got you to where you are, so the price is down, the markets are down in general. The price is down 90, 95, 90% from its all-time high, but you can't say that it's down 90, 95, 99% from its all-time low. It's still doing what it's doing. It's been in existence for 4 years, outlasting all these other projects that have come out this year alone and on Pulse Chain. Or this year alone, no matter what chain and DeFi you're talking about. But instead of rallying behind something that has proved its salt, you got these guys, these guys and ladies that think they know better and they could create something better. Or they could line up their own pockets, join sacrifice teams and projects, create a social media following with their words and their appearances, win the trust of the people, that unsuspecting, naive people who can't think for themselves, and trust these people and make them feel and make them believe that they are in control of your mind, so they could say whatever they want to you and you're gonna believe them because they are popular now. Because it's all about a popularity contest. It's all about popularity contests. Millions of dollars were given to many sacrifice projects. Now, you could say, okay, some of these sacrifice projects have fared decent over others that have just been done miserable so far. Miserable. But this is the game that you play. This is the game that you play. This is what you decided to do because no one forced you to engage in anything. You just took a chance. Just like going to a convenience store or bodega, you buying a lotto ticket or a scratch off. You did that on your own, lonesome, by yourself. No one forced you. But again, you have some sacrifice projects that just, come on. People, when you're thinking about leverage trading, the chances of you see, this is the thing. Respect what you have and learn about the value of what you own, because you have a certain segment of people that will always want to take away what you have. And this is something that I remember talking about even when Pulse Chain Sacrifice was active 2 years ago. I was saying things are going to come out of the woodwork to take your money, and guess what? Take your money away from you, from your possession, your ownership. Leverage trading is one of those ways. Now you have more than one way to do leverage trading on Pulse Chain. And as if that's supposed to be a great thing, it's available, it's there. Yeah, doesn't mean that it's quote unquote healthy. Like this guy was describing, talking about another project and the mechanics as if healthy. What does health have to do? I mean, come on, man. You could tell a lot of people are just they're not experienced in this thing. They're not. Was an opportunity for those who launched their leverage trading projects on Pulse Chain. They got the chance to make the most money because they did it first. It's not about helping you. It's not about helping the community. It's about lining their pockets up, in the same time offering you an opportunity for you to lose more if you're not knowledgeable on what you're doing. That's just what it is. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. And trust and believe, like this space is still small. It's very, very small. And people look to Twitter for answers, engagement, and socializing and interacting with stuff like that. People and stuff like that. People show you who they are. You need to believe them. When they show you who they are, believe them. Looking at content creators that join projects and then leave the projects, and then the project's not amounting to much. You don't think that does something to you? You don't think people are taking notice? They're watching what you're doing. They're watching, and then they're listening to you, and that just has an effect even on your reputation. People don't care because many times a lot of these content creators that join these projects get paid to join these projects. Nothing is free, unless you choose for it to be free. But you have a lot of content creators, even on YouTube, that have their own listings. They have their own requirements and costs on what they're going to do for anybody who's interested in having them, talk about their project. Think it's different here? It's just crazy. It's just crazy, people. It's just crazy. Be vigilant. Be eyes wide open out here, man. Be eyes wide open. Be eyes wide open. You got this thing where, like folks just, instead of really focusing on what has been working, it's just not good enough for many people. They're bored to death. They're bored to death, unhappy, miserable, can't figure things out, don't want to enjoy life, and so want to just be completely glued to the internet and watching the newest of the new of anything coming out every day, every other day, to spend their money on. Chasing what? I don't know. I don't know. But I speak about it because my whole point is history. They say, history to me tends to repeat itself, and it also rhymes. And when I see something coming out telling you, oh, listen, opportunity here, oh, this is great, kumbaya, and it's like super too good to be true, pay attention. Because it really is too good to be true. And if it is, it more than likely is too good to be true. And I'm taking note that there are many people in this shanty town of a community who have since they flip-flop. And these are the people that y'all exalt as leaders. The folks that flip-flop once used to speak highly of Hex, you speak highly of Richard, then have flipped, became, turncoats, want to talk crap about the guy, want to talk crap about Hex, don't even support the token anymore. They support everything else outside of Hex. And then want to flip back again, talking about, oh, it's all about Hex now and Pulse. And these are the people who are praised to be leaders. Leaders. This is why I say, when they were talking about how the community needs leader, the community needs no type of leader. The tools are already given to us. In decentralization, who's leading anything if it's something supposed to be decentralized? This is where, folks, you have to use your brain. You have to think. How could you lead anything that's decentralized? Because then you're going to say, oh, well, there's some kind of centralization in it. Or don't say it's decentralized. And if there's centralization and what you say goes, you're trying to really steer a situation that's supposed to be, have no control, and no one's really supposed to have central control over. If the person who talked about it and created is not talking about as much anymore because of whatever regulatory SEC battles he's got to go through and try to do things a certain way, then these people are saying, oh, there's a void now. There's a void. Need leaders. To lead where? To go where? The tools are already available. Time and time again, getting more ways to learn about what decentralization is. We're being instructed. Sit down and learn. IFPS, okay, sure, it's, whatever. A lot of people have mixed feelings about it. Sure, we don't know, blah, blah, blah. But if this is towards, helping us become, stewards of our own financial destiny, this is about, then sit down and learn. Y'all not doing it. Y'all, meaning the leaders, meaning these fake hexagons that talk about, that used to be all about 5555, everything, thank you, RH. They're not doing it. They're fake. They're not. They're flip-flopping. People talking about they supposed to be, bastions of representatives of the community and trying to, recruit or onboard people and this and that. We watching y'all who used to once be part of a sacrifice project. Now you don't. And now all you do is talk about hex post-chain, but you funny style anyway, because when things are brought to you, it's all, you're not understanding what I'm really trying to say. No, but you want popularity. You came out of nowhere. And people are listening to you. Why are you fooling the people? This is going to continue. This is going to continue, folks. Open your eyes and see what's what and discern between the truth from the fake. On that note, I'll catch you on the next.